Alright, welcome to another video. Okay, I thought, well, let me move my queen over. See if I can maybe take a pawn. So I move my queen up, and I'm thinking, okay, I can take that. He might move a rook over. Maybe he'll move a rook here, or this rook here to stop me from taking that pawn. Let's see what he does. Okay, he moved his bishop. I thought, well, can I take it and not get my queen trapped? Because if I take this pawn, if he moves his rook over, I can just take that knight. So I thought, okay, or I can take this pawn. And if he moves this rook over, I can still take this knight. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take it. So I take it, and then he moves his queen over, which means I won't be able to take that. Now at this point, a good move for me, if I'm going to keep my queen here, would be to bring the bishop right here. That would have been clever. I didn't see that till after the game when I had the computer analyze the game. So since I didn't see that move, what I probably should have done was, anticipate that one of these rooks is coming over, and I need probably the one that was going to be coming over would be this one. So I need to make sure I get out of there quick and maybe bring the queen down back here or here so I can get out of the way. But I wasn't, I just wasn't thinking clear. And I moved my bishop there. Then when he brings his rook over, I thought, okay, well, I'm going to lose my queen. I may as well at least get a rook for it. So I took his rook. And part of me was hoping that he would take with this so that I could then come and take that pawn. But he took with the knight, so I just traded my queen for a rook. Not a good deal. And part of me right there was thinking, you know what, I'm just going to quit. I mean, I've lost my queen. I'm not thinking right. I knew that was coming, and I still fell right into it. Let's just resign and then start a new game and start over. But this was a blitz game, and my opponent had 3 minutes and 12 seconds left, and I had 3 minutes and 58 seconds. And I still had 2 rooks, so I thought, I've still got plenty of pieces. The game's not over. Maybe I can stop him from checkmating me in 3 minutes. I didn't think I could checkmate my opponent, but I thought maybe I could stop him from checkmating me. So I hung in there, and let's see, we got to, what move was that? That was move 19. So after a few, here we go. This was a key moment here. We got to this point. He made the mistake of moving his pawn up. Well, I saw immediately a beautiful move for me. Do you see the beautiful move? Pause the screen, otherwise I'm going to tell you. So unless you want to take more time to figure out what it was, here it comes. Boom. So now I know I'm going to get his rook. He moves his queen over. I get his rook. So now the game it kind of made up for me losing my queen. I traded my knight for a rook. So now it doesn't look as bad. I felt a little more hopeful, and I'm glad I didn't quit. A lot of times what happens when you're winning is you kind of let up, and you really can't. You've got to stay focused until the game is over. And it could be that when he took my queen, he relaxed a little, and then he wasn't paying attention, and he made that bad pawn move right there. Bad pawn move. Okay. So now I thought, I've got kind of a chance here. I got my 2 rooks. He's got a queen, a bishop, and a knight. Now I've got 2 rooks and a bishop. So let's see what happens further down. He comes down and takes my bishop, trying to whittle down the pieces. Now I should have taken with this rook. According to the computer, I should have taken with that. But I wanted to keep my rooks together, even though I knew that he could bring his queen over here and put me in check. I still went ahead and just took with the pawn. Okay, so from here it's my 2 rooks against his queen and a bishop. And so I know that if it's just 2 rooks against a queen, it's actually better to have 2 rooks. according to a lot of people, because you can double up. Okay, so this, let me see what happened. Okay, I got me a pawn there. I bring my rooks up. Okay, so I was trying to work on some kind of pin. I know that this pawn is pinned, so I was trying to figure out a way to take his pieces. Okay, I took his pawn there. Whoops, he came and got my pawn there. Okay, so now I saw that I could take his bishop here because this pawn can't recapture because he's pinned by this rook. See, there's the king there. So let's see what happens. He didn't see it. Boom, got his bishop. So now it's my 2 rooks against a queen. I'm feeling a lot better about it. So lots of stuff happened. I had to get my king so that he wasn't constantly putting me in check. So I was trying to get a way to get in there and double up my rooks. Okay, this was a good move because I put him in check here. And he's only got one place to go. There. And then I knew, boom, I'm going to get his queen. He moves, I take his queen. And now look at that. From a bad move in the beginning where I lost my queen, had to trade it for a rook. Now it's my king, 3 pawns, and a rook against his king and 2 pawns. And I took that pawn. Now he's only got 1 pawn. And he quit. So it was just a great example of don't quit, especially if you still have plenty of pieces. And if it's a short game, I mean, why not just hang in there and see what happens? Let's go back to that move there. See, I knew that he could bring his rooks over, but he didn't. And when he did that, I just wasn't thinking, and I moved there. But it's a neat thought, and I didn't see it till later when the computer showed me that a good move would have been here. Okay, so then let's say at this point he did bring the rook over, try to trap my queen. I could then take his knight, got me an extra knight now, and if he takes, then it's his 2 rooks and 2 bishops against my 2 rooks, 2 knights, and a bishop. So I would have been up a whole piece there. And if when I take, in that scenario, had I taken the knight, actually the computer says his best move is not to take the queen, but to move out of the way. So that's fascinating. I just thought that was really interesting, and it's another example that just because you lose your queen, you know, if you can get compensation, at least get a rook for it, and you still got lots of pieces, why not hang in there? Better to play, and as long as you've got an opponent playing you, you can learn. Always go to the computer after and see what you could have done. And but yeah, when I lost the queen there, I thought, oh man, I just wanted to quit. And but I'm glad I didn't. And then when I traded my knight for his rook, I thought, wow, you know, I'm still hanging in there. So anyway, that was exciting. I wanted to share that with you, and thank you for watching.